In this video I'd like to walk you through Old World Duluth, Minnesota. This is from 1867 depiction. So let's take a look at some of the early history that we're given. A quick browse of the Wikipedia page for Duluth. We'll quickly stroll through here. Current population 86,000. They give a brief history of the Native Americans in the area. Fur trade comes around. Then we get early 1800s, so the low rumblings, and then we start to hear talk of a permanent settlement near the mid 1850s. A couple of curious parts to the story, though. Let's jump to here. 1869 to 70, Duluth was the fastest growing city in the country, expected to surpass Chicago. Let's see. Mining, railroad, and timber being the major reasons for the growth of this area. Then you get a crash in 1873. Stock market crash. And Duluth almost disappeared from the map. Look at that, eh? But then, by the late 1870s, the boom continued. And the growth of the town continued. And you get a real population boom. You can see here in an analysis of the population of Duluth, 1880, we're looking at a population of 3,500 people. And then over the next several decades, it jumps about the same amount every decade. 1890s 33,000, 1900 53, 1910 78,000, and then a peak here in 1920 of 98,000. And you see what's happened since. And you get to where we are today, about 80,000 people. So let's have a look at this town or city off of Lake Superior. This young city. And here's an old postcard from the early 1900s. I want to show you the roads. It's hard to tell here, but you do see the tracks and you do see the rail cars here. I'll try to move quickly now through the photos. And there's a good visual of the rail cars and also the streets having interesting lines in there. I think it makes me think that we have that same brick pattern in the streets. Certainly not consistent with what we were reading on the Wikipedia, in my opinion. This looks older. Good view of the harbor down below. Definite old world feel in this picture. Even the door. The old brewery. You're going to see a lot of what we would call castles in this northern Minnesota town. Alright, here's the dock. And here's you can't quite make it out, it's 1910 on the top here. And here's what it looks like in 2013. So they've actually scaled down the infrastructure over 100 years. The old police patrol sitting in front of what looks like a castle. This is the Masonic Hall. Notice here, windows half covered, making their way down. There's a couple of these mansions. This one I find interesting. Let's have a closer look. Just make out what looks to be a door built into the stairs. You definitely get a sense of the texture for the brickwork in this spectacular building. And of course, the tech. Looks like piles of rubble in the foreground here. A booming and bustling Superior Street. Same street we've seen in a couple of the previous photos. So a railcar system well established in this city. Now this would be the old Central High School. Impressive building, to say the least. There it is again. And what it looks like these days. And here they're telling us some sort of reconstruction or construction photo. A strange scene, a bit blurry, but strange scene nonetheless. Certainly not looking like a new building. This is what we call the College of St. Scholastica these days, another castle. This is what it looks like now. Another school of some sort. School for women, I do believe. A lot of stonework for northern Minnesota town. Similar view from previously. Now we have the Civic Center. Looking very European, old world. Civic Center again. And we get to the Glenshee Mansion. I think this is an interesting photo. Looks like there's something going on here down in the grass. We'll look at a couple pictures of the interior. And we've got the impeccable woodwork. Stained glass. Very ornate. Picture frames that seem to go with the ornate woodwork. I often wonder if they're all part of the package. Another old shot from Duluth. So, just a quick stroll through Old World Duluth. You be the judge. Is the historical narrative accurate and upfront with us? Or does something feel off? To me, something feels off. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the photos. Thanks for watching.